The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. Chicago. Ask someone to picture the city, and they will have trouble coming up with a concise description. When people think of New York City, they think of skyscrapers, subways, and muggers. When they think of Los Angeles, they think of sun, smog, and traffic. When they think of Detroit, they think of cars, factories, and decay. But for those of us that know, there's only one thing we think of when someone mentions Chicago: vampires. And tonight, we tell their story. Good evening and welcome to McStabber Studios' Windy City After Dark. I am the storyteller, Shangy McStabber.
And I am Mama McStabber, and I'll be playing Jacqueline Doron of Clan Venture.
Good evening, I am Ivy Raven, and I play Genevieve Schutz of Clan Gangrel.
I'm Urian, and I'm playing Roscoe Akers, Clan Tremere.
I am Timber Brad 411, and I'll be playing Nicholas Bowens of Clan Hikata.
And yay, we got through our intros this time. Things that you'll never get to see on camera. When we were last with this coterie, there was a lot of information gathering about what's going on. And then the coterie ended with a meeting so that they could discuss what's up and coming, which is they're going to be on the outs with Jackson. At least that is what the idea is, to make everybody think. And then, of course, how that goes, we'll see. And preparing for the war that's going to probably be starting. But all of that was last episode. Go watch it. Because this episode, we're actually opening up. Roscoe, you said you're taking a trip to Benway's again.
Yeah, I just want to follow up with him on some of those books I got. And, of course, ask him who his gentleman caller was.
Of course. The way you say that makes it sound positively dirty.
Maybe it was.
So you've arrived at Benway's and it is open tonight. Anything you're doing before you go in? Or are you just walking in? Let's find out.
Well, I should probably just have a look around the area before I go in. Just the usual wits awareness, I suppose.
Okay, wits awareness. Go ahead. I was about to say, are you going to immediately open up with clairvoyance and watch your hunger skyrocket?
Not yet. I'm sure that'll come later.
5 with a crit. Not bad at all. The things seem a bit quiet in the neighborhood tonight. There's almost it's almost like a collective breath is being held on the streets. Don't know why. It's abnormally quiet. Almost a calm before the storm. We don't appear to be being followed, at least.
No homeless hanging out?
No. That's what makes it the calm before the storm.
Hmm.
Things are abnormally quiet. And when you walk into place, Benway is, of course, wandering the shop, dusting with the amount of antiques he gets. He does a lot of dusting. And when you come in, he turns, Roscoe, I didn't expect you tonight.
But it's a little earlier than in the month than usual, but I had a couple questions.
Yeah. Come to see some more stuff? I don't have anything
Well-
new yet, but
Oh, I did mostly want to know if you had any other books from that collection that I got from you.
no, you come back and visit in a few weeks, I might have some more.
Oh.
Shipping times and all that.
I was afraid that that striking gentleman caller you had that came after I left might have bought them.
Give me 1 second. And you no sooner get those words out of your mouth than Benway moves quicker than your eyes can see him and gets right up in your face. Roscoe, you're best to forget anything you saw that night for your own safety.
Not opposed to that, but I did notice that you'd come into possession of some Tremere trinket that. Oh, you never asked me for anything like that.
Which part of forgetting a conversation do you not understand, Roscoe?
Obviously, all of it.
I'm an antique dealer. I get in all kinds of antiquities.
Mm-hmm.
I have all kinds of strange visitors. Some come to buy things, some come for other reasons.
Hmm.
It is, again, in your best interest and for your safety that you forget that.
I see this is a matter of some importance to you. So let's talk about something else that's of importance to you. Let's talk about some of the items you have for sale.
I'm going to roll something. Let's see. No, I got, like I said, nothing new in. Now let me go and check my schedule real quick and see when I'm going to have something else come in. And he goes behind the counter and he pulls out a logbook and he's flipping through it. I should have a shipment in about 4 days.
Okay. You know, when I came in the shop, and while he's flipping through and looking, I just make conversation. It's like, you notice, well, have you noticed that it's like unusually quiet around this area? I mean, I just didn't seem right.
I don't pay attention to what's going on outside. It's generally not something I try to do.
I found it's kind of important for my shop, so I just was wondering if you'd noticed it.
Most of the people around here have learned not to mess with my shop. You make an example of one or two, especially for anyone with sticky fingers, and then they don't bother your shop anymore. Give me a second. I've got a book in the back I think you might be interested in.
Okay.
And you see him place the logbook back down and he goes back into the back. Are you doing anything while he's in the back?
Well, let's see. How interesting is that logbook?
I mean, he's tucked it behind the counter. But, I mean, it has a listing of what was shipped, when it was shipped, when it's coming. It's his log of shipping.
I'm really tempted to try to have a look at it, but I'm not going to do that.
Okay. So you just wait.
Yep, I just wait.
Let me make one more roll. Because, yeah. This one. And it's this roll. That voice that sometimes speaks in your head Not your beast, the one that seems to warn you of things.
Mhm.
You hear it speak. They're coming.
So hey James, I just noticed that it's a little later than I thought. I need to get running. I'll catch you later.
No, stay a minute. Just, I'll be
No.
right out with the book. Are you sure? You
Nope.
need to just
No, I
hang
gotta
out.
go. I wasn't paying attention. I really gotta go.
No, seriously, just hang out a few,
And I go.
Roscoe.
No, I go.
You go?
Yeah.
As you go out and you get to your truck, you notice out of the alleys on both sides of Benway's shop, there's 2 figures coming out of each alley on each side. 4 figures have come out from the alleyways. Moving towards Benway's shop.
Okay.
They are obviously members of the unhoused. You didn't see any in the street, but now there's 4 there. Though you had a 5 on wits awareness with a critical. The way they're carrying themselves, they are not. They carry themselves like combat veterans.
Okay. Is there a path, an exit path I can go
You
through?
made it to your truck.
Okay.
They're heading into the shop.
Okay. Well, then I, as stealthily as possible, make my exit without peeling wheels or anything.
And you see them go in as you start your truck and start to pull off. And as you're pulling away, you see them come out the shop, all 4 of them, with Benway pointing towards your truck as it drives off.
Okay.
But they have no way to follow on foot.
Okay. Yep.
So what do you do now as you're pulling away and leaving?
Well, thinking, well, maybe it's time to get a new truck.
I'm sure that might be a good idea. You've been driving that same truck for quite a while now. You do anything else, or are you gonna stew on it for a bit?
I'm going to stew on this for a bit. I'm going to get out of that part of the city.
Unfortunately, it's the south side of the city. Your shop is also in the south side. They're not that close to it.
I'll just take a quick ride up Lakeshore.
Up Lakeshore? Okay. So as you're driving up Lakeshore, we're flashing over to Jackie's Cabaret. Jackie, you just got done doing one of your sets, one of your performances on stage.
Mm-hmm.
When you noticed in the corner of the room is a nondescript man, but you recognize the hat.
Of course I do.
Nobody shows up at your place wearing a top hat
Mm-hmm.
other than the dapper Nos.
Exactly.
He doesn't have anyone sitting at the table with him. He's not listening to stories tonight. He's just sitting and watching.
As she goes backstage to get changed, she leans into Etienne. Cedric is here. Bring him to my office.
Yes, ma'am. And you see him walk over and he leans in to speak to the man that's sitting there, and the man just nods at him as you're heading into your office.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not very long after you get back there before Etienne knocks on the door. Ma'am.
Please.
And the door opens and in steps, again, nondescript man wearing the top hat, who just immediately
After the door is shut, she says, Primogen Calhoun, good to see you.
Yeah, I should ditch the hat. I look good in it, so I
You
don't.
look excellent in it.
Yeah. I wear it because I want to be seen.
Exactly.
Can I-
Please, make yourself comfortable.
Thank you. Then he sits down, and you see him sit in your seat, and he just kind of leans back,
Mhm.
but he's not putting his feet on your desk or anything. He's just leaning back in the chair.
What can I do for you?
Well, what have you been up to lately?
Many things.
Yeah.
Anything in particular?
What'd you do to piss off Jackson now?
Well, let's see. As you know, destroyed Duncan McTavish on an Archon's order. He wasn't too pleased about that.
Okay.
He had certain machinations with the Anarchs that I and my associates may have kind of thwarted.
I'm just curious. why the friend of the court would let slip in a meeting that the prince is pissed at you. Some of these fools don't understand,
Politics.
well, exactly what Marcel is, but I understand.
I do too.
So again, I ask, what'd you do to piss him off? Or what game are you playing now?
If I tell you, you have to play it too.
Jackie, I'm sure you understand I'm always playing a game.
I know you are.
Game never stops.
Exactly. It's one of the reasons why I adore you, Cedric.
That's the secret. Always play.
I made the prince aware that there are two in the city, calling in people they know, possibly doing some favor trades. And so the prince has put my associates and I on the outs to see if either of them will send a representative to try to enlist our services.
And he quits leaning back in the chair and he leans forward. So he's hoping Loden or Maxwell.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Loden was sighted around Benway's place.
Yes.
By my informants.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting tactic. Dangerous.
It is. Because now it's also going to put us in a position where those that we have pissed off in the city may take some shots at us. But I am not afraid. I am welcoming of it.
Yeah. You say that, but be careful who might come at you with an axe to grind right now.
Why do you say that?
Oh. We have Gracious, who doesn't like Genevieve. We have Annabelle, who doesn't like anyone. We have Alexa, who I think suspects you all might have had a hand in the Luke's death, though she can't figure out how, and for the life of me, I can't either, but not my concern. And I don't know where Damien's set yet. My spies have told me he was meeting with your friend Nicholas before he went on a rampage.
Yes, we did a service for him. And unfortunately, in that service, he found out truth that he had suspected but never had confirmation of. And him being Bruja sent him over the edge.
I'm sure you all can take care of yourself.
Of course we can.
Now play my part. I'm not involved in it. Clan Nosferatu will always look towards Clan Nosferatu in this.
Of course.
And if I just so happen to, you find a rat with a note around his neck, didn't come from me.
I understand.
He thinks there's going to be war. There will. Not yet. Neither one of them are foolish enough to start
Oh, no.
open hostile.
These are people who are aged. They know how to play the Praxis War.
There will Rhoda's support.
Mm-hmm. It will take time.
They'll wait for an opening. They'll probably try to take out either Ballard or Sovereign first.
Mm-hmm.
At least as the real opening move.
Absolutely.
I know last time, Loden opened up by nuking the mayor, which was Maxwell's pawn. This time, Jackson never even bothered with the mayor.
No.
But he's got enough police forces, you'll start seeing them get hit too. undermine whatever backup he can call. They may decide to approach you. They may even hit you. I don't know.
They may. They could certainly try.
Yeah, they may. I'm also hearing rumors that Anarchs have been a bit agitated after the Duncan thing.
Oh, of course they have. But if they wish to get uppity, they won't be the first Anarchs we've killed in our domain.
I don't think they're going to go in yet.
No.
I would just invest in bulletproof glass.
Already done. At least in my holdings.
Speaking of Anarchs, you wouldn't happen to know anything about who drove a car into the pit, would you?
No. Wasn't on my order.
Just curious.
Someone drove a car into the pit?
Yeah. An old man had a senior moment, apparently. Hit the gas instead of the brakes. Now, I happen to know the pit. Old men don't go to the pit.
No, they don't.
Plowed through the doors, ran over a couple people, crashed into the stage.
My word.
I would be careful. They may blame you for that.
Wasn't me. Perhaps they pissed someone else off.
Doesn't matter if it's you, they may blame you.
Oh, of course they may, and they can come if they want. I will put them over my knee and spank them.
I was just curious. That didn't seem like your style.
No.
And dominating someone to do something like that
I am far more subtle than that.
just seems like a Ventru move. Yeah. I've said my piece. You got anything you want to talk to me about while I'm here?
I am in a holding pattern, Cedric. I'm waiting and seeing what happens.
It's like everything around these kind of wars. It'll start off and nobody will even know a war started. And then
Of course, it'll be very subtle.
And then the tipping point starts. And then everyone will know. And then we'll see who's chosen what side. You don't start the big noise until you've already determined your sides. No one's going to approach me, of course. Nosferatu have a long-standing tradition of staying out of these kind of wars until we don't.
Exactly.
We make our decision and we act. I would beef up your security, though. Just in case.
All right.
Bodyguards. Good enough for Jackson.
Good enough for Jackson. Well,
Well, at least yours won't be just a bunch of Crips following him around.
no, it.
He uses his gang members and they're good, but they're not real security.
No. I have a connection. I can get more.
Post them on your properties, at the minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Drive-bys tend to stop when you shoot back.
Mm-hmm. What, you think I don't have security here?
I know that there's none watching it now, and if drive-by happens, you could shoot afterwards. I would recommend you keep some on the roof.
Okay.
That's the way to deal with it. You shoot them before they shoot your place up.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. I don't know how many of these you've been involved in.
Indirectly. A number.
This ain't Europe, okay?
No, it's not. And it certainly isn't New Orleans.
Yeah, they act a different way around here.
Yes, they do. As I said when I first stepped foot on this place, it's a city of gangsters and bankers.
They're going to fight a war that way.
Yep.
Start calling in people's lines of credit.
Mm-hmm.
They'll start financial investigations into their holdings.
Mm-hmm.
Even we don't enjoy an audit. That's all.
All right, well, be well, Cedric, and stay safe.
I got to look out for my investment.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. And he stands up and turns back to look at you, and he steps out of your office. What does Jackie do after he leaves?
She places a call to Arjun to request from his business more security.
Okay. Anything else?
And she advises Etienne of the plan.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And as you are arranging that, we're flashing over to... first, we're going to ask Roscoe. Roscoe, you still mulling over things? You're muted, so you're obviously mulling over the mute button.
I pull over on as I'm going up Lakeshore, just to take a break for a minute up in the north end of town, and not quite the Gold Coast, but send a text to the coterie saying that I'd looks like I burned my contact with Benway by asking one too many questions.
Jackie calls him on the sat phone.
Oh, hi, Jackie.
Hey, Roscoe. I would say I'm sorry about Benway, but really, there's nothing of value lost there.
No, actually, no. But this might be kind of important. When I asked too many questions, he got agitated, ran off into the back, and I got this premonition that somebody was coming.
Uh-huh.
So I just beat feet and got out. It looks like, I mean, it's been a century since I've seen them, but I know the look of combat veterans when I see them. There were 4 what appeared to be very experienced homeless converging on the shop. And Benway brought him back outside and pointed at me, at my truck, as I was leaving. So he's in pretty deep, I think, with Loden at this point.
I wonder if someone else is, too. You say combat veterans.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That tracks for Waneka's camp.
Mm-hmm.
That is good information. Damn, just missed Cedric, he was here. Well, thank you for that.
Sure.
Did Samantha run her car or have command someone to run a car into the pit?
Funny you asked that. She mentioned that as some sort of little annoyances that she would do to get back at the Anarchs for shooting up my place. I told her not to get caught, and she said she promised she wouldn't blow the place up, but she did say she was going to annoy them a bit, so it was probably her.
Well, now they're going to blame me because they think that an old man was dominated.
Did they pull him out of the car afterwards to see that he wasn't?
They are Anarchs. Do you think they care?
Probably not.
I am increasing security at all of my holdings.
Good idea. And I'll have a word with Samantha to lay off.
Yes, because if she ends up putting me in danger because of her fucking rash behavior, I will end her myself. And she disconnects the call.
Okay. Anyone else got a reply to Roscoe?
Ginny just sends a text message that has like the crazy like googly eyes with like the tongue out like face emoji with like a book, and then she's just like, oh well, probably nothing of value was lost, I assume.
Yeah, you're right.
Nicholas doesn't send anything back. He's preoccupied.
Speaking of Nicholas, where are you heading right now, Nicholas?
Taking a trip to see the madam.
Going to arrive unannounced to Madam's place. And as you pull up, the valet, of course, eyeballs you. You were not expected.
I didn't
will see
expect
you.
to be here, but
And then, go ahead.
I appreciate her making the time.
The valet moves like a marionette with the way he's jerking as he's trying to open your door. Not very controlled, not smooth at all. Just opens your door and then closes it and doesn't even park the vehicle. Because you're not sure he could the way he's moving. Take the elevator.
I know the way. And Nicholas will move to the elevator.
As you step inside the place, every single eye is on you. All of them at once. There's only people behind the counter. There's 3 people in the lobby, and all of them are tracking you with their head. Their eyes all look straight ahead. They're turning their head to follow your movement as you head and step onto this elevator that is waiting for you.
And Nicholas will step in. He won't even turn Oblivion Sight on because he's either being surrounded by spirits or isn't, in which case it doesn't change.
Isabella speaks. Or Izzy. My kind is everywhere here.
I know.
More than usual. Also, several specters.
When she says that, he'll turn on Oblivion Sight.
And as you turn on Oblivion Sight in the elevator, you are surrounded by 4 people in the elevator with you. All of them have flames dancing in their eyes. And they're all staring at you, but that's not nearly as creepy as the one that's clinging to the ceiling right now. Looks to be maybe 8 years old, little girl with her head at an unnatural angle staring at you from the ceiling. But her eyes are as black as pitch.
Every time I come here, gets more interesting.
And the kid tips its head, and you hear a titter of laughter. Just a little giggle. As it stares down as this elevator is going up.
And Nicholas will generally write it in silence unless Izzy says anything else.
Do you leave Oblivion Sight on?
Yeah.
You get to roll this time. Wits awareness, please.
Concealed objects.
Yes. Let's see how well you do. 6 with a crit. That's pretty nice. You gonna let that stand?
You know what? Fuck it.
Go all in?
I got 3 I can reroll. Might as well try. 6 with a crit it is.
As you're riding up the elevator, you catch something that you haven't caught before with your Oblivion sight. There's almost a line you cross. You see it as the elevator pulls through it, where just for a brief instant, you could see almost a line of Oblivion, a line of spirit and entropy that you've crossed through as you are entering into her, close to her lair.
Does this seem any like at all familiar with the shroud?
You have, it's related to the shroud. I will put it that way.
Do I get any sense that I am crossing from one side into the other?
You have passed through the shroud, though not into the Shadowlands that you know of. You're not in the realm of spirit, but you cross through the shroud into something. And now that you've seen the line, you notice that all the other spirits are a little more solid in the elevator as soon as it crossed. They're still, you're pretty sure if you turned off Oblivion sight, you wouldn't see them, but they are, I'm trying to find a way to just more grounded into this particular, whatever world you're stepped into or rode into. When the door opens, once again, you see the empty hallway with the intricately carved door in front of you. The pattern is not the same as you saw before. The pattern is always changed.
Can I do some sort of trying to think, like intelligence, occult, like thanatology or something?
Sure.
Some sort of, to see if the doorway, anything about it makes any kind of
Sure.
sense.
You've seen it a few times, and each time you look at it and try to puzzle out a little more of it.
I will willpower that.
That's better. 4. The symbols on it, you realize now that it's changing and shifting, but the underlying symbols are always there. They're just not always in the same places. But what the symbol means with 4, again, it has something to do with spirit and possibly time, but that's it. That's all you can guess. When you approach the door, as soon as you get near the door, it opens and the butler's standing there. You were unexpected. The madam is very busy, but she will see you.
I appreciate her taking the time. I didn't know that I'd be coming here until I arrived myself.
Neither did we. Follow me. And he turns and walks you through the place, and all these same items are here. But since you still have Oblivion sight on, most of the spirits in this place tonight, in this main entry area, are twisted, taloned claws on their hands. Some of them you can see eaten away by entropy. All of them have a maliciousness to them that you can see on their face. As they're all watching you. And you can feel radiating off them a desire to destroy you. But none move, other than their heads watching you.
Do I notice the army that she's typically had?
No. In their place are these twisted spirits. Not nearly as many.
So Nicholas will just kind of keep his focus towards the front, but sort of maintaining awareness of what's going on around him.
And Izzy speaks. This place is full of specters. Even doppelgangers. And when she speaks, all of their heads at once twitch and look towards you. They just kind of jerk. But still watch you as he's oblivious to it all, lead you back towards the library. And as you go into the library, you notice that the little girl specter has followed you from the library or from the elevator and is crawling along the ceiling, following you into the library itself.
Is she the only one that follows into
Only
the
one.
library?
Yep. Wait here. She will be with you shortly. And he turns and walks from the room, you leaving you in this library that looks much the same. And Izzy is strangely silent as this young specter is watching from the ceiling. Do you do anything, or are you just going to stand there in the library?
Nicholas will look up at the little girl.
And her eyes don't blink. There's a smirk on the little girl's face. You don't know why.
Why do you follow me?
And it bares its teeth at you. And you realize that all the teeth are sharp points. In case
Nicholas,
you do something wrong.
and Nicholas will give an uncharacteristic smile back, teeth very not pointed. And then turn his attention back towards where the madam usually comes from.
The door at the back of the room. Not long before, in comes the butler with the wheelchair. And as always, he stands behind it, and his head dips as the madam's head comes up. Why do you disturb me tonight?
Rumor has it you have some experience with making deals between your two halves.
See, some of the unbound in the city have been speaking. They did not learn their lesson the other night. I guess I will have to send a new. And her head just drops and his comes up. Lesson.
Is it possible for one of my kind to make this deal?
We are unified. You can't make a deal. Only her and her shadow. But his head dips and hers comes up. I do not think that will happen. We are unified because of what I am. Because of what I once was. It's kindred. You seek something. And their head drops and his comes up. Ask. We do not have time. Games. Not tonight.
My sister's losing control more and more. She's becoming less my sister and more her shadow.
And you start to hear your sister's voice speak, and then you hear a hiss from the ceiling, and her voice goes silent immediately. Do not speak. Spirit, this is not your conversation. The shadow always wins. Understand that. Come to grips with that. And then both of them's head come up and they both stare at you. Do not try to stop what always happens. Entropy wins.
At that, Nicholas will reach up and unclasp the necklace and hold it in his hand and look at it for a second. And he'll actually give it like a quick kiss and then just whisper to it, I love you. And I'm going to miss you.
And when you say that, all the books on the shelves start rattling. And then you see both the madam's head dips and she slumps in her chair. And the butler actually collapses to the floor. And then all the books stop moving. And the butler jerks back to his feet. And the madam's head looks up. This is not the place to play games. And you can tell she's not looking at you. She's looking dead at the necklace when she says it. You can visit him. But you must learn to control yourself first. And the necklace feels like ice in your hands, Nicholas, as you're standing there with it.
And then he'll whisper one last time, please take care of yourself. And he'll reach his hand out with the necklace towards the madam.
And the butler steps forward and takes it.
And he lets it go.
And he looks at you. We will do what we can to suppress the darkness. It is temporary.
Please let me know if I can be of use.
We will abide. And his head dips and hers comes up. By the deal. We will not enslave her. She will learn manners in this place. She can visit when she learns control.
And I think at that point, Nicholas would bow, and then like kind of as he, like, you can start to see like blood tears welling up, and at that point he kind of like whispers half to himself, half to Izzy, "I'm sorry," and then turns and walks out.
And as you're walking out, all the specters that were in the other room are still watching you, and you're still followed by the little girl. And as you step through the door, it closes on its own behind you. And you realize on the elevator now, as you're going down, you can feel the cold chill because there are packed. The elevator is full of specters. They don't look twisted. They all just have fire dancing in their eyes, every single one. With the little girl on the ceiling, just watching. And as the elevator goes down and it reaches the bottom floor, they all step out with you. But you see them begin to march with her at the head of them. As they step ahead of you into the lobby, and spirits detach themselves from the bodies of the people in the lobby, as this little troop of dead soldiers, apparently, as they are moving in a formation, you see them walk out the wall of the place, not towards the entrance, but heading towards another portion of the city.
Do I recognize anything about their movements, or maybe even like what they're wearing from what I've seen Sylvester wearing?
They all seem to have nondescript clothing. They just look like normal spirits. You would only be able to tell they're specters by the fire in their eyes. But the direction they're heading is Wicker Park.
Nicholas will get into his vehicle and just send a text. Be wary, spirits particularly active tonight.
Jackie just sends thanks.
As Nicholas is leaving and trying to deal with what just happened, we're actually flashing to Jenny. Jenny, you're at Phoenix at the moment, correct?
Yep.
Tasha pokes her head in. Jenny, we've got a phone call just came in asking for you by name. I asked who it was, and the only response was, tell her Benjamin is calling.
Okay. I'll just take it back here then.
When you pick up the line, very clipped, very controlled voice says, Miss Schutz,
Hello, Benjamin.
hope you have no hard feelings. You can consider your portion of the deal filled. I will not be calling on a favor.
Oh, well, I do appreciate the setting up Mr. McTavish for me, so.
Yes. Do not be upset. You are a tool. It is the nature of our kind.
Uh-huh. Look, no offense, but the only tool I keep is in a bedside drawer somewhere, and it runs on AA's. So, but you're probably too old to get that one. Never mind.
Perhaps in the future, you will be more amenable to a better arrangement. We will see.
I possibly. I just don't appreciate being played for the fool, I guess. I mean, now I got to deal with the anarchs, and I got to deal with everything else that's going on in the city. So
It was politics. I'm sure you understand. It's no hard feelings. It was not personal. I do not do personal.
well, that's good. Honestly, I didn't understand because I'm not into the politics game. I'm a businesswoman, and when you screw your business partners over, that usually doesn't bode well for the future. So
Sometimes in business, you have to make decisions
hmm,
for the good of the shareholders.
well, hopefully your anarch shareholders are happy with their purchase. So I'm sure I'll be sending more of them home in the little baggies. So
As a sign of thanks, in 5 minutes, a van is going to pull up in front of your place. It would be to your advantage to not let them shoot your business.
oh,
You are welcome.
well, I appreciate the forewarning. Thank you,
And then the line goes dead.
motherfucker. Piece of shit asshole. Jenny slams the phone receiver down, and she's just like, she opens the door and she's just like yelling like, Tasha, get me Evan.
And then Tasha comes in, and then Evan's like right behind her. What's going on?
Guns, get your guns, Evan. We're gonna have ourselves a little shootout.
And he reaches behind his back. I've always got my gun. And he pulls out a 1911 Colt.
Yeah. Get something bigger clip, more bullets.
Okay, give me a second.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And you see him run out of the room, and then he comes back. Okay.
All right.
He's got a drum-fed shotgun.
Nice. That's more what I'm talking about. There's gonna be a van who's gonna do a drive-by here in supposedly, well, closer to 4 minutes now. So
How the hell? Never mind.
we're gonna stop them from doing so. Tasha, I would appreciate it if you would get all of the staff and the patrons and stuff. We're gonna do a special tour of the kitchen. Get them back away from the front of the building for me.
I'm on it. And she runs out of the room and starts gathering. The restaurant's closed at this point. It was the end of the night. You
Oh.
were doing but the staff are still there doing cleanup
Right.
because you got to clean afterwards. Kitchen hasn't fully cleaned yet,
Jenny probably wasn't paying attention to the time, so all right.
Evan's like, we gonna do this?
Oh yeah. She got, fuck it, I don't need a gun. She's going outside, and she's going to blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to think what abilities I've got right now, so I'm just like, yeah, she'll activate Eyes of the Beast so she can see for sure. Because I basically want to be able to yeah, but I was gonna say yeah.
And you're watching the street both ways.
Yeah, so she's going to shift into owl form because that would be the smart thing to do in this situation.
Okay. Go ahead and do your rouse check as you shift to owl form.
Yeah,
and you get hungrier. And your beast speaks. It's time to show them. Show them who leads this pack. It is not them. They are lackeys. They are flunkies. They should be destroyed.
She's mentally like cracks her knuckles at that comment. She's just like, that's what I'm talking about.
And as you're shifting to owl form.
Yeah.
You see Evan knocks over one of your tables that were sitting out front that were the only one still left out there. The rest had already been pulled inside. He gets behind it with his shotgun, just waiting for the noise of a van.
Jenny's going to kind of try and circle around some in the air, so she'll just be looking. I will actually activate Unseen Passage at this point, just so that no one sees an outline. I'm going to re-roll that one.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So that no one sees like an owl flying around at like,
Okay.
you know,
As you
in the
fly
circles.
around, you see the van 2 blocks over as it's coming perpendicular to the street your restaurant is on. That way they can turn right at the last second onto your block to drive up. You see the van. It's a black. It's obvious what it is. From Roscoe's description, looks like same type of van, just a black cargo van with a sliding door on the side. That's moving a little slow to be normal traffic.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So Ginny's going to get ahead of it, and then I want to. This is gonna sound fucking crazy, but what I want to do is I want to fly straight into the windshield. I want to de-shift as I hit the windshield, or as I'm hitting the windshield, so I can basically turn back into like humanoid form and smash through the front windshield.
Okay, that one, there's gonna be a timing issue on that. Let's go with I don't know, wits. Fuck it, wits athletics. Let's just go with that.
Wits athletics. Okay, I'm gonna actually, you know what, never mind. I'm not gonna do that for this.
I mean, obviously you can hit it. That's not the problem. It's just a question of your timing.
Yeah,
2.
I'm gonna use willpower just to try and get one more.
3. That's pretty good. I mean, you know the shift time. You're familiar with how long it takes. They're moving slowly. So as they turn the corner onto your street and they get about half a block from your place, when you shift and you're going at full speed towards the windshield.
Yeah, she's basically like dive bombing the windshield, but she is still invisible. So
Right. So, you haven't activated any fortitude. Are you going to activate it? You can.
I mean, all I have is toughness. I'll activate it. So it's a rouse check, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we're good.
As you hit the windshield, it shatters from the force of it because you got going and that much mass suddenly hitting the windshield. Now, you're going to take 1 whole point of superficial damage because your toughness was on. Your inhuman skin doesn't really give a shit about splinters of glass and the ripping of a tempered glass. As you end up in the back of this cargo van with 3 humans, 1 driving, 2 in the back, both of them kind of startled by the fact that you just did that. The van swerves as you're standing there, and the 2 guys with, they look like they've got Uzis in their hands, look kind of shocked at the fact that suddenly you're standing there in the middle of them.
Yeah. This is a rouse check for feral weapons.
Yep, there's your claws.
Jenny just sprouts claws and she's just like, "Good evening, gentlemen," and she just tears into the first one.
Okay. You can roll your dex or strength, pick 1 plus brawl.
It'll be dex.
Okay.
And because you know what, I'm feeling feisty tonight and fuck these clowns, I'm gonna surge. So
Surge your dex for it? Okay.
Surge for my dex. So yeah. I get a +1 for my claws. Woo. Okay, that was a horrible roll. Holy cow. Don't always need bear form, but it helps. Yeah.
6. The one you grab only has 1 die because you surprised him. He wasn't, I mean, this is real surprise. So that gives you a net of 5 plus 2, which makes 7. And you immediately, with superhuman quickness, leap onto this guy and your claws just start tearing into him as you're pulling giant rents out of his chest, expose him straight to the rib cage, and honestly, with that many successes, disembowel him right there in the van.
Oh yeah.
The other guy, he doesn't get to do anything this round. He's too surprised. As is the driver at this point.
Oh, Jenny's expecting Evan will probably take care of the driver for her, so.
I'm pretty sure you'll hear shotgun shortly. He's as surprised as they are at your method of dealing with this. So we're going to go to the round 2 now. You have the advantage in this one. You get to act before he shoots because he's going to try to swing his gun around, but he's in the tight enclosure of a van. He's going to hesitate a little because you've gutted his buddy as he starts to turn towards you. So go ahead and I'll let you attack the second one.
Are you serious? Game?
Wow. One success on 10 dice.
It's going to be one success on 10.
Wow.
The fuck?
As you turn to catch him, you managed to hit him. I mean, he only had one in defense this one, but you barely graze him, slicing down his arm. Now he's going to shoot back at this point, which means I will let you do your athletic or dex on this one as he tries to shoot you, but he's got penalties, so don't worry. As he's going to try to shoot you in this enclosed van, and probably deafen the driver. Go ahead and give me dex athletics real quick. 4. As he goes to bring his gun around to shoot at you, you caught him in the arm, weakened his grip on the gun, and you managed to actually smack the gun out from in front of you as he proceeds to pepper the whole side of the van with bullet holes. Now I'm going to roll for Evan on the driver. The driver can't fight. He's driving. And even in the back of this van, you can hear the shotgun go off. Shotguns are loud, everybody. Real loud. Actually, you hear the shotgun go off 3 times. It's drum fed, burst fire on a shotgun. 3 rounds, 3 slugs at once. And suddenly the van swerves and crashes into the building. Jenny, this time I'm going to give you 2 superficial from the impact of the van into the building as you're thrown forward into the van. Not that it matters that much. It's not enough to stop you. And you end up landing on, well, the back of the seat that the driver, who is now, one of the slugs went through his chest. 2 of them seemed to went into the engine, which is why it swerved and just crashed instead of keep driving forward like that. As you're in a vehicle full of bodies with a truck that won't move now, or a van that can't drive.
Well, soon to be another body. Unless the other, because the dude with the Uzi's not dead, right?
Nope, he's not. But
okay.
He's not moving.
Well,
because the car crash knocked him out. He's got no seatbelt back there.
Yeah.
You see, he's breathing. I'm gonna let you. He is breathing, but he's on the floor of it, unconscious.
I'm not actually gonna kill him because Jenny needs to eat now. She'll drag him, interrogate him outside of the van, elsewhere. You know, ask him some questions. Sorry, not interrogation. Advanced questioning tactics.
Enhanced interrogation. Gotcha.
Yeah, enhanced interrogation tactics.
Which we will not show on screen, but rest assured it's happening.
Jenny will ask him some questions very politely and then help herself to his blood. But yeah, no, okay. So she's going to open like the van door and kind of get out of the van, just like thumbs up to Evan.
And Evan's walking up with the shotgun, still holding it at the ready. You got them all?
She pulls out the still alive one, 2 and my dinner. So,
oh shit! Not sure that van's gonna be driving much further.
Yeah,
South side cops won't be here for at least 10 minutes.
I've got an idea. Go grab Tasha. Actually, you know what? Hang out here. Make sure we don't get any looky-loos. I'm gonna go take this guy and I'm gonna grab Tasha.
Okay.
So Jenny will drag this dude back to the Phoenix, and then she's going to just be like, Tasha, as she goes to the office.
And I mean, you're in a bad neighborhood, but due to the payoffs you've paid the local gangs, nobody ever messes with your customers. And because of the nature of the neighborhood, there's not really looky-loos. These are the kind of people who have survived by not having looky-loos.
Well, They're good. They're good people.
And Tasha comes out of the kitchen. Heard gunshots.
Yep.
I mean, I told the cooking staff that was a Friday night.
Well, what I need you to do is get your stepbrother, I believe it is, who likes to boost cars. He needs to find a tow truck and get his ass here, and I will pay him like $10,000.
He will have you one here pretty damn quick for that much money.
Okay, well, he's got like 8 minutes.
And she goes and picks up her cell phone, and you can't really hear all the details of it, but you catch something about 10 G's for a tow truck at Phoenix. You got 5 minutes. And then
Thanks,
she hangs
Tasha.
up. He'll be here.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you. Evan will go help Evan help your stepbrother with those things. So,
and as you go out and you all get to the van, and Evan's drugged this unconscious guy out of the van and has pulled him, walking him like he's drunk, essentially, as he's walking towards the shop. And Tasha comes over and helps him on the other arm. And it's about that time you hear tires peeling around the corner. And it's a tow truck. At a high rate of speed. And you see Tasha walk over, and the guy driving it's a young African-American man, his head shaved. He's got a teardrop under one of his eyes as he looks over at her. And she just motions to the van and says, "Gone. Get rid of it." And he starts immediately backing up the truck. And the guy who gets out, you can tell he actually knows how to tow a vehicle. He's done this before.
Hey, helps to know people.
And as he's hooking it up, you see Evan. He takes the unconscious guy down an alley towards the back of Phoenix. He's not going to walk through the front door of Phoenix with him. As they're hooking up this vehicle to the tow truck.
Let your stepbrother know he can come back here for payment once the van is gone.
That's not my stepbrother. That's his boy. My stepbrother will be by later.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Thank you,
If I said
Tasha.
it, he knows it's good.
Oh, well, I appreciate you. This has been a huge help.
And he hooks up the tow truck. He doesn't say a word to you. Don't even look at you. He obviously is trying not to look at you as he's doing it. Just hooking it up. He had to pull it away from the building, so he had to hook it. Actually, he hooks it up. It's a van. It's rear wheel drive. So he hooks up the back of the van to pull it off the building where it hit. And he just gets in the tow truck, and you see the van starting to get towed away.
Yeah, at this point, Ginny would she's going to go back to Evan, but like we're getting to the point where it's like fade to black.
Yeah, we're going to fade to black here. And actually, we're going to go to break right here, everybody. We will see you all in 10 minutes. We are not going to show the interrogation scene because, no. That's all. So see you all in 10 minutes. Please enjoy the break.
Introduce myself, though I fear you've heard my name, and that you've heard the story of Countess Bathory. History is told by the victors, heroic warriors, and mad kings. Will you hear my story from the lips of Bathory? Drinking the blood of virgins. wealthy and powerful, a window with political rivals keen to destroy me and take my property. My plea was never offered, all my confessors were all tortured, or how they destroyed me for my property. They put me up, shut me up, shut me up, put me up, put me up, shut me up, shut me up, and told a story of a bitch called Authority. Let's sucking demon, queen of hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins, youthful, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? A Jabet Bathory. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. I've always been the hunter, nothing on my tail. But there was something in you I knew could make that change. To capture a predator, you can't remain the prey. You have to become an equal in every way. So look in the mirror and tell me, who do you see? Is it still you? Or is it me? Become the beast. We don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, see that you can be limitless and fearless if you follow me. We are the lions in the world of lions. We are the predators, the hunters, the hunters, the hunters. Become the beast. We don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin to burrow within. Do you burrow within? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive?
Welcome back. Well, before the break, a lot of people were dropping in. A lot of uninvited guests showing up places. Roscoe managed to get away. Jackie had Cedric pop in, though it wasn't an unpleasant visit. Nicholas went to visit the madam and got to witness her troops on the move. And then Jenny had a call from Maxwell, who tipped her off that the Anarchs were planning a drive-by. Now, where we're opening up, Jenny has interrogated the individual, and we are now opening up as Jenny is about to send a text to the sat phones about what happened to her tonight. I turn it over to the text exchange over sat phones.
So Jenny's text is going to say, just letting you all know, Maxwell tipped me off that the Anarchs were that someone was going to drive by Phoenix, and so I stopped that. But the lone survivor did not have information, as it was apparent he had been messed with. But he is not an issue anymore either, so.
Jackie's going to send, did they resemble the gym bros from Roscoe's drive-by?
Nope. No identifying information, and they were just kind of average individuals.
She immediately does a conference call with everyone.
Okay.
All right, so I'm thinking it's Mel Davis sending them.
Hmm.
She's the brains of the operation down there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And, well, I wouldn't put it past her to be able to have some skill in domination. I can get Etienne to organize the more capable of our ghouls to do something during the day, but not with the Anarchs yet.
What'd you have in mind?
I'm thinking we're going to teach your dear ex-friend James that he really shouldn't fuck with us.
I like that idea. I am so very disappointed in James. So I think let's give him a visit.
Yeah, we aren't, but the ghouls can
Well,
during
right.
the day.
Right. Oh, and why don't you use my old truck? Because I've got a new one now.
Oh, that would be even better, because you said that he came out with the guys and pointed at a truck. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Roscoe went yesterday, everyone, to, earlier this evening, to Benway's place to check in on some things and also ask about the visitor he had. Well, when he asked that question, or more questions associated with it, Benway went in the back room and basically summoned homeless that appeared to be combat trained. How long did it take for them to come around?
It was just a minute or less. I mean, they were very close.
Oh, okay. So I would honestly think that Loden is likely having his people do guard duty around Benway's place.
And they did come from different directions.
Mm-hmm. So...
I was just going to say, that's really actually good information, because we find capable-looking homeless individuals. We know that that's a place that Loden is watching.
protecting. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. But Benway made a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
And he needs to learn his lesson. You know, it was mildly irritating that he was pawning off fucking cursed goods to everyone who wished to buy anything. As an antiques collector, that is very upsetting. But now he has endangered you, Roscoe.
Yeah, it was fine. He'd said before that he was selling these things as paying off his debt. Now, he never mentioned to whom he owed debt. Maybe it was Loden.
Perhaps. I don't even try to figure that one out.
Selling cursed objects to people in the city would certainly destabilize.
Oh, absolutely. But what if those cursed objects are meant to be in the possession of a certain individual?
That's what the impression I've gotten when I looked into them, that they are searching for specific people. Can't tell who, but they are looking for specific individuals and just...
Yeah, I think there's someone in particular that needs to have these cursed objects for it to really fuck them up. So someone is targeted in this endeavor. And they're just going to ship shit until it lands, basically. But yes, I think I'll have Etienne gather up some of the ghouls. I'm pretty sure he'll gather up Emilio, maybe Evan, and possibly Peter with him. Yes, and they will basically go firebomb his place.
I like it. That's a great plan. and just lose the truck afterwards.
Yeah, they'll dump the truck afterwards. So, all right, good deal.
I like it. Yeah, sorry I couldn't get any more information off of the
Don't
dude,
worry about it. They
you got a meal.
They've attacked Roscoe's place. Now they've attacked Jaws, Jenny.
Mhm.
They will probably hit all of our interests. And eventually, one of them will be able to point us right at who's sending them. But we have warning now.
Well, they've at least followed a specific MO. It's been a van both times.
A white van.
Well, this time it was a black van.
Oh, it was a black van. Okay.
Yeah. Though I will say the van was moving extremely slow. So it was very obvious they were up to something. So
they're not professionals.
I don't think if they are tampering with people, I don't think they're looking for the best of the best. They're just probably grabbing 3 people or whatever. So
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because once we get an actual confirmation, I'm pretty sure I know who it is. But once we get a confirmation, because I don't like to act unless I know, I can get Tariq and Lamar's boys down there in Southside to go do basically a drive-by on the pit.
Sounds good. I mean, fuck them.
Yeah, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to let them think that they are confusing us. Because nobody has information to lead back to them yet, but it will happen. Mistakes always get made.
Well, it's definitely coming from Anarch territory.
Oh, of course it is.
Considering Maxwell was all
informed you.
Yeah.
Yes. That
He
asshole.
told me not to feel bad, that it was just business, that I was a tool, and I told him that this is not a political thing for me. This is business, and if you fuck a business partner, you fuck
don't
up a
have business
thing.
with them anymore.
Yeah. So he was like, well, maybe in the future. I'm just like, I was just thinking, bro, no. Next time I want to see him, it's the end of, I don't know, shoving him into the sunlight.
Yes, I have my own feelings about that one. But yes, I can already tell he is definitely not one I would ever support. It's a very antiquated way of ruling. But anyway, it's soon to be sunrise. You all have a wonderful day's sleep.
You too, Jackie. Good night. Night, Jenny.
When you all get off the phone.
And Jackie informs Etienne of the plan.
And Etienne goes into planning stage.
Mm-hmm.
Nicholas, it's not quite dawn yet when there's a knock at the door to your haven.
Nicholas will, before he deals with the door, will have Matthew get a hold of the staff at the funeral home and basically just tell them there's an emergency and they need to close down for a short period of time. Everyone will be given paid leave while they're dealing with it, but just so it doesn't put anybody at danger if he's the next to get the hit.
Okay.
And then so then when the door happens, he'll look through the people to see who it is before he opens the door.
There's 3 men outside the door. By looking through the people, one's taller, older gentleman, and 2 younger gentlemen. There's something odd about them, and you can't quite tell through the people, but there's something odd about them.
Do any of them look familiar?
No. But through the people, you can't quite tell what's odd about them, but there's something not right.
I'm going to turn on Oblivion Sight. Does that give me anything?
Yes. As you turn on Oblivion Sight, there's a different face that's peeking out from behind theirs. Each one of them. They knock on the door again.
Who is it?
I'm not giving names. You wouldn't give a name to me last time. I won't give you mine now.
He'll open the door.
And the three of them just stand there. Mr. Mystery Man claims he is not of Augustus Giovanni.
You're one to talk about not giving names. What do you want?
Have you found him yet? Are you ready to deliver her to us?
He doesn't make himself known very often. He's a scared idiot that way. She's a little harder to nail down, but not yet.
You were asking about us. We have friends in the city that tell us these things.
I find it's always important to know the people, and I use the term loosely, that you work with.
Wits awareness, please.
Concealed objects?
Yes. Let's see if you can see this.
I'm gonna willpower. Five.
Thanks for cursing my dice rolls tonight, Jenny. I just rolled a Jenny roll. I only have one success. Several spirits have materialized. Now, you can tell by their faded look they're trying to be hidden, but they've come out of the buildings not far from your haven and seem to be advancing on the three at your door.
It seems you've been found out when I find them, since you've been obvious that you don't wish for me to find a way to reach out to you. How would you like me to communicate with you?
And as you're talking, the guy looks over his shoulder. And by now you can count 8 spirits that have materialized, advancing on him. And the 2 smaller, shorter men, their bodies suddenly crumple to the ground and start decaying again as you see the spirits break off them and move to intercept the ones coming at them. We will check on you. What is the meaning of those? And his head points towards the ones that are advancing on his 2 friends.
I suppose those are the consequences of your actions.
You dare.
They're not my doing.
And you see several of the individuals that are advancing pull out weapons that are steel that reflect no light.
Do they look like
this is
Oblivion
not the 2 that
darkness?
No, they remind you of the breastplate that Sylvester wears, where it is a steel looking that can reflect no light. It is a dull silverish metal. But of the 8, 4 of them have these daggers. And right there in front of you, you suddenly see them attack the 2 that went to meet them. I mean, they don't even say a word. They just set on them.
Seems you must be going.
And the guy that's standing there talking to you, he looks back looks back at you. We'll meet again. And his body crumples, but that spirit, he takes a step, but you don't see the step he takes. He's there 1 second, he takes a step, and he's somewhere else. The fight is over very quickly. The two spirits there, you see them stabbed with these silvery daggers. You don't think spirits can be harmed by items, but they can. In no time, these two spirits are reduced to shreds until you finally see them come apart. And then one of them, who's unarmed, approaches your door.
Can I help you?
The master said he would send us to deal with these avenging angels.
Do you mean Sylvester?
No, fool. Your sire. He would send us to deal with the problem they call.
Interesting.
We are watching. We will wait for them to return. The master has commanded, and we obey.
My thanks for your service.
Do not thank us. We serve him, not you.
Understood. The crumpled bodies. Is this
Like what you saw in the cemetery. They are
Okay.
obviously corpses who have been dead a while,
okay?
that were temporarily reanimated.
Nicholas will kind of disregard the spirit at this point and just try and collect what remains of the bodies so he can dispose of them.
Okay? And the other spirits in him, after speaking to you, he turns from you and you see him separate again into surrounding buildings, watching your haven. And you take the desiccated old bodies. I mean, you got a funeral home. I guess there's a little bit of late night cremation going on.
Yeah. And then once he's like out and goes to dispose of them, he'll take on the way back, he'll take a stop by some of the usual, no pun intended, haunts, and see if he can find Zal anywhere.
And as you do this, you go to several of the cemeteries and see no hint of Zal anywhere. But you do
Yeah, and
from
then
time to time realize you are still being followed by spirits.
Oh, I imagine it, and these are the spirits that came in and fucked up the
You can't
Avenging
be
Angels.
sure.
So either the angels are following me or Gangster Squad is following
The
me.
hit squad, one of the two.
Yeah, in which case he's just, once he's cremated the bodies, collected the ashes, and then do his best to dispose of the ashes. Yeah, he'll go back to he'll go back home because he's just not in the mood.
Okay. And you go back home. And you're not visited by any more of them this night. Please give me wits investigation, maybe. Yeah, I like wits investigation.
I'm going to assume unnatural death has nothing to do with this.
No, nothing. 3 is pretty good, though.
Yeah, I'll leave it.
It occurs to you, you've only asked either your master spirits or one other spirit in the city about the Avenging Angels. You also asked Sylvester about them. And it was obvious by this guy, he knew you were asking about him. They have friends that are leaking information to him. Now they've gone missing.
I'll have to go visit dear Sylvester soon then.
Okay. Now, Jackie and Jenny, you have all received an official summons. Very official, written on parchment paper, signed and sealed. From Naomi Stewart. You are to meet her at her school.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately.
Would Jenny tell Jackie that she got one?
Actually, that's a good question. Since Jenny wouldn't know if it's about what it's about necessarily, she probably actually wouldn't say anything to Jackie because she
Okay,
wouldn't know
so
if
we're
this
arriving separately and we'll just be
Yeah.
surprised to see each other.
Let's see who pulls up first.
It's in Southside, so probably Jenny.
Yeah,
Well,
Jenny gets there
Yeah.
first.
Mhm.
And as Jenny is getting out of her car, you see Jackie's car pull up.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
funny seeing you here.
oh, did you get summoned as well?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't reach out. I figured this might have been something else.
That's
so
okay. That's okay. I figured this was just clan business. Oh, well, let's go in.
As you go up to the door, as there's a different young lady on the door tonight. I see her 12:30 has arrived.
Indeed.
Mr. Stewart is in her wing. Follow me, please.
Thank you.
And as always, when you come here at this hour, the place is silent. Only thing you can hear is, well, your footsteps on the floor. And this time, the girl is not chatty. She does not even speak at all as she leads you up to the door and knocks on it. And then the door opens and Naomi Stewart is there. Primogen Stewart. Come in, please.
And we do.
And she doesn't even dismiss her attendant tonight by name. She just nods at her and closes the door. Please follow me. She leads you to an office where there's a desk, and she sits behind a desk and motions in front of her desk where there's no seats.
We stand.
Do you know why I've called you both here?
I have an idea.
I have a vested interest in both of you.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine how upsetting it was when I found out through that snake Marcel of all things that you have displeased the prince again. What is going on?
There was something done on order of someone higher than Prince that he did not like.
So somehow you have earned the prince's displeasure because of an Archon pissing match?
Pretty much.
And your whole coterie has taken this blame.
Yes.
I have explain to Kevin that I am the primogen of Clan Ventru, and he can be displeased if he wants. Jenny, your business will not be removed from our domain. You have not displeased me. You have shown no disrespect to the clan. Your business is safe.
I appreciate that, Primogen.
But we must find a way to repair this.
Oh, of course.
Status is very important in this city. If you have displeased him in the future, could you please inform me before I have to learn it from that snake Marcel?
Absolutely.
There's a chance we can get ahead of things like this and minimize the damage. Do you care to share what event caused this displeasure? Or is that sealed by Archon?
It's not sealed. I'm under no orders of silence.
I mean, if she's not, I'm not.
No.
So.
We destroyed Duncan McTavish.
Good. Why is he being pissy over that?
Because Kevin has it in his mind to start a war with the Anarchs.
That's foolish.
I know.
Don't need a war with them. There's not enough of them to be a
No.
problem.
Naomi, I must ask you a very blunt question, and I would appreciate honesty.
I will be as honest as I can.
Understood. Who are you aligned with?
Clan Ventru.
Well, of course. Within the council.
There's allegiances shift based on what is best for Clan Ventru. Don't play the games a lot of them play looking for personal power, personal gains. I look for the clan.
Excellent. Then I will inform you this is a clan matter and it is staged. So play along.
Oh, I have no trouble playing along. I am not pleased with Jackson. Treating a Ventru this way, I am not pleased with Jackson. Insinuating to me when I brought it up that perhaps I was in error in granting Mschutz here property in our domain. It is not his place. He may be prince, but he does not run the Ventru domain. That is the property of Primogen.
Exactly.
As long as we have one, at least. It is a farce. And he has decided not to include me on it.
He doesn't know who he can trust.
Not a total idiot, I guess. Or maybe he is.
The jury is still out. I truly... Well, I'll just put it quite frank with you. There are two former princes in this city that are trying to gather their support. It's going to be a slow process, of course, and eventually seek the War of Praxis.
So you're a bait.
Yes.
I can play my part. I will publicly be displeased both at you all and Jackson's treatment of you at the same time.
Excellent.
A very Primogen thing to do.
It is.
You ask who I support. The real question is which of the Primogen support Jackson.
Exactly. And perhaps you could find that out.
I will. I do know of one that I can count on supporting him. Primogen Alkindi.
Good.
She has gained a fair amount of status by being Primogen here. And has made it quite known that the Ashira are very thankful for her position. I don't think Jackson, if he is removed, I don't think she can count on anyone else being quite as generous to a member of the Banu Hakim.
Exactly.
They have yet to earn trust through the Camarilla as a whole. In the future, could you at least warn me of this?
It happened very suddenly, and it was on his order that I kept it to myself until he revealed.
Well, thank you also for confirming something I have long been suspicious of.
What is that?
Marcel.
Yes.
He is very much Jackson's toy, isn't he?
At least on the surface.
Well, he's a snake.
He does it because it suits him, because it's benefiting him in some way.
Well, of course. We all do things that benefit us.
Exactly. But I will tell you that I have reason to suspect he is not beholden to Jackson. He is beholden to another.
Yeah. Now, do you know who?
A certain Toreador neonate who owns a succubus club.
Now, that particular neonate has a number of people, it seems,
Yes.
in her grasp.
Yes, because a group of neonates from Cretius's school went missing, and one ended up dive bombing off of a penthouse window of Marcel's. Remember?
I don't know the details of that. Cretius's school is his problem to deal with.
I
His mind is
understand.
mine.
But one of our clan was one of those neonates.
One who was disgraced at the time. I was not Primogen then either.
I understand. However, I have it on good authority. There was a witness, you see, that no one noticed. That Marcel is beholden to her. Because she was there and she destroyed those neonates.
Considering she's shacked up with Annabelle, we already know who runs that particular
Exactly.
group. I do not know what she is, but I know she does not act like a neonate.
No, she does not. She is far too old to even remember what it is like to be one.
Her bearing,
Yes, she is a queen.
she acts like it.
She was.
You obviously know more than I do about her.
I do.
I think I don't need to know.
You don't. Just avoid.
I will see what I can find out about who supports him
Good.
and who supports him a little too much.
Exactly.
If it is to be Praxis, they may already have bribed or otherwise bought one of them.
Exactly. I can tell you, though, it will be a little shocking when things get going.
While I have you here, Miss Schutz, care to explain to me, you don't have to, it is your choice, why Cretius seems to hate you? Other than the fact, obviously, that you have a vagina.
No. That's easy. I have no qualms explaining the Cratius situation. Captain Pedophile in a toga. Primogen Cratius is he's upset with me because I was a young girl under my tutelage was seeking an education at the school he teaches at, and I had her taking his class, and she saw something she wasn't supposed to see. Specifically on the night that I believe what Jackie was talking about, the individual taking the nosedive out of the penthouse.
Yes, it was. It was the night of the snowstorm.
Yep. And she was able to flee back to me, but not before he slightly tampered with her. And when he came through to try and collect her, I politely told him to leave.
Politely?
Well, he wanted to take her and either destroy her, ghoul her, turn her into one of his pets in some way. And I told him that she was already receiving a proper education from me, and so that I would pass on the offer, and that he would never see her again. So,
So
not
you
surprised
told-
that he's do what?
You told a very elder Bruja.
To pound sand.
I was going to go with to go fuck himself
Basically, yes.
when he wanted one of your
Yeah.
students, someone you had taken interest in.
See why I
Yes.
adore her?
You have to understand, at the time I wasn't fully aware of all of the talents and gifts that Tasha has, but shortly after the situation with Crisis, it became apparent that she was that gem in the rough, as it were.
I'm not your primogen. I don't have a say in it, but woman to woman, good for you. Fuck him.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
He is a misogynistic pig. Very much an icon of his day.
Yeah. Well, I'm not surprised he's still carrying that grudge, but he can carry it until he meets his final death.
These
Because,
Bruja, they carry grudges too long.
Forever.
well, hopefully I'm able to exit Chicago, as it were, without having to deal with him anymore. But knowing my luck, that probably won't be the case.
He is a primogen. He is hesitant to take direct action against you. To be fair, I think he realizes it would elevate your position in the city
Mm-hmm.
if a primogen directly tried to oppose you.
Oh, especially I am just but a lowly gangrel, a humble servant of the court. So
Well, I was
Sorry.
just curious.
I've been told I need to work on my humility. So
I was just curious about that.
oh yeah, no, anytime. I'm always happy to answer questions. So
Primogen, Kinde has told him more than once that if he has an issue with you, he can take it up with her. For some reason, he is hesitant to do so. He's
she'd
not,
probably kick his ass.
I think he's not quite sure how the Ashirer would take that.
Right.
Mm,
That could be incredibly problematic for him.
She is their ambassador and diplomat.
Exactly.
They would take it as a personal affront if something befell her. And I suspect if she was even inconvenienced, they would not find it amusing.
I do apologize, Naomi, for the situation and the discomfort it brought you. Your reaction needed to be genuine.
Oh, it was genuine. Old Primogen Council heard how genuine it was.
Excellent. But do understand, I will not keep things from you. I just could not tell you right away.
But at least we've gotten this out.
Yes.
It's a dangerous move, honestly.
It is.
But I'm sure you'll be fine.
Always am.
I do
oh,
thank
we're
the two of you.
Of course. Thank you for your time.
And I've made it clear that you still have my support, which will help undermine your status. It shows Venture opposing each other.
Yeah,
Works a little better for now.
it does. Thank you for your support.
And if it is to be a war of praxis, they're going to be hoping that Venture is not working together.
Exactly. That is why your reaction had to be genuine.
I do apologize for my shortness.
Don't worry about it. It's understandable.
Thank you two. Let me escort you out.
Of course.
And as she's walking out, we still need to get together about getting the mayor
Yeah.
situation solved.
Yes, absolutely. I've already mentioned it to Jenny. We'll be working on it together.
Perfect. It's not quite time yet, but it's getting close.
It is. Just let me know when it's close, and I will arrange a certain, yes.
Well, we need
Party.
an October surprise.
Yes, we do.
It's funny how that has become a thing. A scandal right before the election doesn't give them time to get ahead of it.
No, it doesn't. Not at all.
And she takes you to the door and opens it. Darla can escort you out. Darla, please escort my visitors to their car. And she just bobs a curtsy of all things and says, yes, mistress, and begins to take you back towards the car. And as you go to leave, Naomi reaches out and shakes Jackie's hand.
Mhm.
And then she goes to shake Jenny's hand, but instead, Jackie, you see her lightly drag her fingers down Jenny's arm
Mhm.
to her hand in an odd way that you haven't.
No, she's noticed someone else do that.
Yeah. Yeah, you have. No, you've never seen Imogen Stewart do it, but you.
No, but she saw someone else do
Yes.
that.
You've
Mhm.
seen someone else as the two of you, and then the two of you are escorted out.
Mhm.
And as you're gathered at your car, do you wish to have a talk at the cars, or you going to save it for later? The girl is not. She went inside and closed
Yeah.
the doors.
Is she one of Verzuli's?
I believe so, based on conversations and stuff. So
That's good to know.
yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, with the fact that they were not super committal to backing one side or another, but she seems to be extremely gung ho to potentially. Oh, I don't know. Shit. This is why I stay out of the politics. This is why I just run business, cash the checks. Oh.
No, she understands that for herself to have, in this city, to have power, to have influence, to be able to direct how things go, which is very much in line with your group. Also, from what I understand, she needs to support a strong Ventru prince. But she is also going to support strong female kindred that are quite capable.
Well, sorry, I was more wondering since Erzuli's not on the Maxwell bandwagon, but maybe she was like, maybe I would if it behooves her, sort of thing.
Mhm.
That's why I was wondering hoping Imogen Stewart doesn't, because I don't know. I mean, like I said, the politics.
I'm going
thing,
to tell you right now, Imogen Stewart will never support a Bruja.
Okay, that actually tracks only so because the whole Ventru Bruja thing.
Exactly.
So.
I do believe Naomi is of an age with me.
Okay.
So she is well aware that there's a reason she hasn't aligned with Cretius, and she thought it was good that you pissed him off.
Okay, that makes that. Yeah, I didn't even see. I don't see. Sometimes I forget about those little things.
Mm-hmm.
So they just kind of. Whoof, it was more of the Cretius thing was just more of like a fun night, but.
Yeah, so Cretius basically takes the sloppy seconds of Annabelle.
Damn. Ugh.
But what is hilarious, Annabelle is one's, and I believe Cretius is the other's.
So if that's the case, then Cretius has to be backing Jackson.
No. He doesn't. These are the games that the old elders play.
Oh. Like I said,
It's crazy. Don't try to wrap your brain around it. Trust me.
It's out of my pay grade, and
Yeah.
I'm at the top of the pay grade. So,
But no, yeah. But no, so he doesn't actually have to be supportive of Jackson. They can basically be at odds with each other as long as each of them are doing whatever the one controlling them wants them to do.
oh, okay, yes, that makes sense.
Think of them like marionettes on a string. They may be fighting, but they're doing what the puppet master decrees.
I gotcha. That's not a great thought.
No. That's why I would never take the throne of the city.
Good call. Good call. Yeah.
Well, you have a lovely evening, Jenny.
You as well. I'm not sure they're going to hit my property again, but I'm feeling like I probably need to invest in some stuff. And
Yes, I
don't know.
I have guards on my roofs now.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Ready to shoot anyone before they can shoot.
I'll have to look at my options.
Yeah.
But it gives me an idea. So
Mhm. Have a lovely evening, dear.
You too.
And as the two of you set up, we're flashing to Roscoe's shop. Roscoe, you're at your shop. Your new bulletproof glasses in. In front of the shop now is it's not bulletproof. It's bullet resistant. There's no such thing as true
Right.
bulletproof glass. It's just a matter of what caliber you shoot at it. And as you're closing up for the night, you hear the door ring as somebody comes inside your shop. And Victor has walked in.
Oh,
You see
Good
his
evening.
3 boys out front, but they didn't follow in with him.
good evening, Regent. How can I be of service?
Mr. Akers. How are you this evening?
Well, I'm still in one piece.
I heard your place was shut up.
It was. I wasn't here at the time, but I think it was a message.
And who would be sending that message to shoot up your place?
Well, probably related to the reason you're here to see me.
What, that the prince is pissed off at you?
Yes, you could say that.
I don't think the prince would shoot up your place.
No,
There's
it's not the
much-
prince.
More creative ways of showing displeasure.
No, not the prince. He is displeased with my coterie for an action we'd taken on behalf of, well, someone above him. He voices his pleasure, sure, at the council.
Yes, I've heard about it in a roundabout way. As you know, we're not on the council,
Yes,
but I am
unfortunately.
Warlock.
Yes.
You do realize you are supposed to be here to improve Tremere's standing in this court, not earn the displeasure of the prince.
Indeed, and understood. And I am doing my best to further that goal. There may be temporary setbacks.
Roscoe, it would be a big shame if I had to send just Carfax's monitor after. And the way he said monitor, you can tell he's not pleased with that situation either.
Mhm.
You said this was on orders above him.
Yes.
Who gave you those orders? Do you not remember the name?
I don't. And
I know you've heard Jackie mention Archon Dawn Nakata.
right. Okay. Yes, it was Justicar Nakata.
No, it's Archon. Not
Archon.
Justicar. She's not Justicar yet.
Okay.
Archon Nakata.
There was an individual who needed to be removed, and we did so.
She has left Milwaukee then. Justicar, or Archon Nakata. She was a problem in Milwaukee, meddling in things. So now she is meddling here. As much as I would like to hold you to blame for this, I will not. She is a troublesome kindred. And unfortunately, very common trend from those of Clan Malkavian. Do you know the ones who shot up your shop?
They are the ones who are angry that we took out, well, this particular individual, Duncan McTavish.
It was Archons, or sorry, Anarchs.
Yes.
Have you retaliated against them yet?
It will be coming very shortly.
Do it. Tremere cannot appear weak.
No, I understand that.
You may have displeased the prince. He can blow it out his ass. It was an Archon. You may call me arrogant, but even I will have to do what I'm told. Just like he did when I became Warlock. And he gets a grin because he knows how he became Warlock. Do not let the Anarchs think that a broken pyramid can be taken advantage of.
I will not.
Punish them.
That is the intent.
Make sure they know Clan Tremere not be fucked with in these nights. If you need assistance, contact me, and I will make sure you have it. So we can send a clear message.
Okay. We have an event planned for tomorrow. If that is insufficient, then I will contact you.
Perfect. Very good. Good to know these things. Try not to piss off Jackson. I know he is moody and temperamental. But we both have been given task. And if you make my task impossible, shit flows downhill, boy. You know who's going to pay it.
Understood, Regent.
Perfect. Well, I'm going to get out of here then. Make sure this Anarch business is properly handled.
It will be.
Have a good night, Roscoe.
Good night, Regent.
And he turns and walks from the shop. Namomi steps out once again. His three buddies encompass him as you see him head up the street. Roscoe going to do anything after this discussion?
I guess I'll let the coterie know that I got a visit from Victor. And that he was not upset.
And Jackie sends back, shocking.
I was amazed, too. I was expecting a much more severe dressing down. But as soon as he understood that it came from above Jackson, he didn't care what Jackson thought.
He understands protocol.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to, Jackie puts in, I'm going to send Tariq and his crew to do a drive-by at the pit tomorrow.
Excellent. Victor did offer assistance. He wishes to make sure that the Tremere are not seen to be weak. I told him of our
Perfect. When it escalates from there, then we shall probably enlist his assistance. He owes us all boons anyway.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Anyone else have a message for Roscoe at this text exchange? Nicholas is preoccupied. And as everyone goes about their business, bringing in more security, evaluating the security situations, wondering, well, let's see, what is the fallout of your sire sending people to destroy spirits in the city of Chicago? And Roscoe, well, Victor's an asshole, but he's got a very strict set of his own rules that he lives by. And it does involve the chain of command. And he does want Tremere not to appear weak. This is where we're going to end Season 9, Episode 7 of Windy City After Dark. I'd like to thank my players and the viewers and the player vote. Everybody gets the XP. So that's very good. Now, you want to catch your back episodes? Or pop over to YouTube. More importantly, You want to talk about the show? You want to see the players talk about why they're voting for everybody and turning this into a 3XP game? You join our Discord. That is where Chi-Town chats where they talk about it. Plus, we do weekly Zoom hangouts. We do a lot of shit, have a lot of fun. We got a good community. Sometimes there's shade thrown at your Annie down there. A lot of shade gets thrown at Shanky, and I threaten to murder Timberbrad's characters quite often. That happens all on the Discord, and you won't see any of that without the Discord. And then once in a while, the Ivy Raven and Mama have to tag team gang up on Shanky for posting the wrong shit in the wrong fucking channel. Because mod and server owner jump on Shanky when he does it. So, but I'm medicated now. I'm still going to do it, but at least I can't fall back on I'm unmedicated as my excuse. It happens.
I think I deserve a thank you.
Yeah, thank you for getting me the meds. It's not good enough meds. I need to get them up, but it's an improvement.
It's better than nothing.
It is. Of course, again, go to our YouTube, catch your back episodes. If you want to see some amazing content creators, only one of them is, wait a minute, there we go. One of them's here tonight. The Ivy Raven. Pop over to her Twitch channel. Give her a follow. She streams when she feels like it. It's her channel. She decides schedule, not us. And she might talk about games. She might talk about whatever she's playing. She might even just not talk about anything. It's her channel. She does what she wants. And respect her authority. Just saying.
I was about to do that. I was about to be like, it's my channel and I'll do what I want.
That's right. And you want to get some Windy City merch? Check out our merch over here. There's a link to it. We really don't make any money off the merch. I just mention it because it's habit at this point.
It's just people have requested stuff, and so we put together a merch store so that there's cool stuff for you to buy if you want to.
Yep. If you want to support the players, bits and donations, they go to the players, not to the studio. It's a way to give thanks to the players of the game. If you want to give something to studio, subscribe on Twitch, pop it to our coffee. If you're watching on YouTube, like the video, comment on the video. It helps in our search rankings. And we may make a whole $17 instead of $15 off YouTube in a month. Woo! You know, them big YouTube bucks. We're a small channel. We don't make much money. Don't worry about it. That's it for me. Now my wife can give the schedule.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for Session 7 of Season 9, Windy City After Dark. Coming up over the next week, we have on Tuesday, Demon the Fallen, The Road to Hell, Season 2, Episode 8. Yeah.
Sus shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
They stopped the kidnapping, everybody.
Yes. Yeah. Full revelation as my character basically went low torment apocalyptic angel form and dropped a enhanced tire onto the engine compartment of a van that made the engine drop to the fucking ground.
They're like, fuck it. We're going to show all our powers to everybody.
Yeah, it's like, fuck it. You know what? No, fuck it. We are not letting this good lady get kidnapped.
Saved her.
AAA, it doesn't got shit on you.
Yep. Saved her. There's no Masquerade in that game, everybody. So
Nope.
watch it for some shit where you see people really
I mean,
flexing.
it's the end of the world. People are seeing weird shit all the time. So, yeah.
Yep.
So that is at 8 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday evening. And then on Saturday, there is no Call of Cthulhu stream. Tis did let us know that unfortunately, there's just too many absences for her to run the game on Saturday. So she should be coming back the following Saturday at 3 p.m. But however, on Sunday, you will see the 8th episode of Season 9 of Windy City After Dark, where we pick up from where we just left off.
All kinds of shit going on.
Yeah,
Y'all got to punish.
we piss off the anarchs, and now the prince is pissed at us, and everybody's like, "What the fuck's going on?"
Victor says you got to punish the anarchs, and they have to know it came from the Tremere so that they know not to fuck with a Tremere anymore. Hey, it's Windy City. That's the kind of shit that happens, everybody. And as always, as we end these streams, once again, please take your mental health seriously. Check in on friends. Check in on loved one. Check in on those around you. Reach out to them. Make sure they're okay. If you haven't heard from them for a while, please check in on them. Make sure, please. A lot of people just need a friendly voice. And if you suffer from mental health issues, like many of us do, myself included, I will tell you flat out, we're recording this on a Friday night rather than a Thursday night because of mental health issues. I had to take a break for a night.
I needed a break too.
So
Same.
That's how important mental health is. Take it seriously, everybody.
Yeah.
Your own and others. And if you're not okay, because many of us aren't, it's okay to not be okay, but you need to reach out to those around you. But if you can't, in chat, there's a list of numbers you can call or text 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Somebody be on the other end to talk you through and to help you out. Get you the help you need, because mental health is health. Okay? It's all one complete fucking package.
Mm-hmm.
Physical and mental is one big package. So I'm going to turn it over to my wife for her final portions.
Well, yes, please do take care of your mental well-being, please. Also, take care of your physical well-being. I'm Mama McStabber. I'm a registered nurse. Timber Brad here is also a registered nurse, and we want you to get your goddamn shots.
Get your goddamn shots, please.
Hospitals are packed. Nursing homes are packed. People are dying. And diseases that we had just about eradicated are making comebacks because people refuse to get shots. So please, get your goddamn shots. And, fuck the fascists. Fuck the GOP. House Republicans are fucking around. They want to increase sales tax to almost 30%. That ain't gonna hurt the rich. That's just gonna hurt everybody that ain't rich. You know, people who seem to want to vote for them.
Groceries are expensive fucking enough.
Yeah.
And for those that think, well, at least they're not taking income tax out, most of the people in this country are not taxed at 30%.
No, and they get refunds for most of their money paid in. Most of them, because most of them live right at the poverty line.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not.
The less you make, the more it's going to hurt you. Trust me.
The less you make, the more it's going to hurt you, because the less you make isn't going to change what it costs at the fucking store. And fuck Putin. I hope he literally drops dead of a miserable fucking death. I really do. And fuck the Iranian government. There is a revolution going on in Iran. It is not being shown in the media as such, but that is exactly what is going on in Iran. There is a revolution. People are fighting for human rights. And the Iranian government is killing them. Because they just want them subjugated. And America's on the same path if we don't get our shit straight. I'm just saying. The GOP has to go. Because that's exactly what they want to do to everybody.
Look at what party wants to ban books, ban what you can
They
say.
want to keep you stupid and compliant.
Ban African-American studies from being taught at a college level. It was a college level fucking course that DeSantis is trying to.
That he lied about, because you can actually pull up the PDF of the course syllabus, and he lied about what's in there.
Yep. Fuck the fascists. Look at the ones trying to ban the books, ban what you can say, ban what you can do. There's a problem there.
Yeah.
Banning books is the first step. I'm just saying. We've seen history.
White supremacy and Christo-fascism, and you know what? I don't, none of that's going to fly with me.
So, I do thank everyone for coming, though.
Yes, thank you.
Good night, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.
Bye-bye.